Well, the sky's coming in there and we're going to have some rain tonight. I'm just trying this on fireworks outside low light conditions, because I found that fireworks in the car seems to be the sun's come out, so just as I said that. Anyway, I'm just making up the latest Bottomlands rhodium formulation, and yeah, that certainly does look like a fine black mould. Yeah, so much for charcoal, a bit of charcoal in the soil sort of thing. It's definitely not charcoal, but I can't tell the difference. The way I've had a lot of experience with charcoal over the years, and just the slickness and the way it reacts and everything, I've got to take my hat off to them. It's very hard to tell that it's not charcoal unless you do some sort of chemical analysis, which I don't think any of them have really done. Yeah, it looks like charcoal. It probably, hang on, does it smell like charcoal? That's something I haven't thought about. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, yeah, so, see, the difference is, it washes off the fingers, you see. Charcoal doesn't wash off the fingers really easily, you see. So there's one difference you can tell straight away. Maybe that's a test you can try in the wild. If the people over in North Carolina can try, get your hands all mucky with a bit of no, I've read about that. Muck soil, I've read something that says it washes off really easy. Yeah, where did I read that? Fuck, well there you go, there's a connection. Charcoal doesn't wash off the fingers really well, but I've read something, where did I, about muck soils. In some paper they talk about it washing off the hands really easily. Bingo. Well, there's a tenuous connection there between experience, practicality, and ecology in the wild sort of thing. Via I've got to hunt out that paper. It's one of those Atlantic Coastal Plain paper things I've got somewhere in the house. I photocopied. I went through a stage of photocopying lots and lots of stuff. But the other thing I was going to say, just before I probably put this out on the front lawn, is back here somewhere, which I didn't quite get to percothecate, whatever the word is. Percothecate? Yeah, these numbers of plants. That's flowering plants. No, it's the number of plants per unit area. Oh, here we go. 89 per square meter. I think we already mentioned that, but I didn't really explain that out on a grid pattern. So basically it's about 90 per square meter. In other words, let's just call it 100 just for the sake of it, and say it's 100. I know it's not 100, but let's just say that would mean if you had a 10 by 10 square grid, to make a square meter, meter by meter, in every 10 by 10 centimeter square you would have one plant basically. So I sort of got to that sort of stage, but in other words, one 10 by 10 centimeter pot would have one plant in it, sort of thing. So there you got this sort of idea of the number of the average number of plants in the world is basically a 10 by 10. Now a 10 by 10 centimeter pot is basically if there's 2.54 centimeters, just call it 2.5 for centimeters to the inch sort of thing. You basically, in a 4-inch, the basic average grid pattern size for natural planting would be a 4-inch by 4-inch pot, sort of, basically. That's what I'm really trying to say. But anyway, I thought I'd just go out and give this a go. Where's my spoon? I need my spoon. I probably need to take the phone too, in case yeah, someone's been sending us SMSs, but don't know how to access them, and I think the instruction books many years ago. So yeah. Anyway, hang on, I think I need to re-grip this pot. Now, where am I going to put this one? Where do you think, fellas? Somewhere in between, do you think? Yeah, why not? Yeah, I think that's far enough away. Anyway, it's a learning curve, Can't remember, I don't think we sprinkled too many, what do you call it? It's a learning curve. Give it a go. I like it because any plant looks good against black, you know what I mean? Maybe we should call it the Ford formulation, any colour along as it's black. So it could looks like it could almost be a dark, almost looks like it could be a dark blue. Amazing. I mean, if any of this actually gets taken up by the plant, you'll get your blue plants, won't you, surely? If any of this this what looks like black is actually a very dark blue, and it gets taken up by the plant, well, you end up with your blue fly traps, I suppose. I would think, to a certain extent. And there are a lot of those lithographs and things like that, and you think, oh, did they really actually see the plant? But they used to have coding and all stuff like that, you know, so when someone took a sketch, they used to have a coding for the colours, you know. So to some extent you might say, well, you know,